Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing, and I think this might be a peek behind the Smash Our Stash for the month. I'm not sure yet where I'm going with this, but what I do know is I have these journals that say needs paper and pockets, and I have some bee ephemera stuff prepped. I've got one here, I've got another one. What I was thinking, ooh, and here's that fun set of stamps I want to play with. What I was thinking was, these have been in this bin for a while. And this one, sorry about the glare, it's like earth tony and burgundy wine. What I thought I would do is not just put paper in the pockets, and that's boring to watch anyway, but go through my ephemera and figure out what do I have that will go with these sort of earth tone journals. I am a giant blue fan. I have a ton of blue, but maybe we can find some stuff that goes. And maybe we can do it in an organized fashion. Maybe not. If you're new here, that's not really my strength. But let's think about prepping piles for decorating these. This one's semi-decorated. It has some orange. This one has some red. I think when I started these originally, I was thinking one of them would be more neutral and one of them would be brighter. And I'm guessing this one is the one where I was going to play up the red. Let's look at some of my stuff, and it looks to me like maybe I've already done quite a bit of this. I just lost track. I don't know. Maybe we did this in another video and you'll remind me. So what I'm thinking is I'll pull out, here's some neutral. Here's some more neutral. Maybe we'll just grab, if there's 3 of things, we'll grab 3. This one might be kind of cute, and that one. I have a tendency to ink everything up in blue, so we need to find, here we go, some neutral ones. 1, 2, 3. We'll just call it good like that. And here's a little REI folder thing. We can use that, cover up the REI spot. This one might be nice in there. Kind of neutral. So I'm just looking for, ooh, this would be fun. Things that will go well. I like this one for this one. And add some interest. Now, a lot of these things are envelopes. This is the envelope bin. We're gonna need things to put in the envelopes. Let's see what we can find in this overflowing mess. We've got some yellow. It is not the right yellow for these. I just can't be okay with that. I'm just not. Maybe we could put one of these in each one of these because they're very neutral. House of Wood might be fun in the bee journal. I don't know. This one would be fun in a bee journal. Fairly neutral color. These. This one, I think I like in there. My system is very scientific, isn't it? We could decorate those, put a big bee on them or a bee stamp or some bee-ish sentiment. Here, let's put a couple of these neutral pocket stuffers, we'll call them. Here. Suns, nah. They're library cards. The Light of Falling Stars. Ooh, I love that one, but not for what we're doing. Oh, I think this one might be fun. There's not going to be any purple. Well, we'll try it. And then how about this one? There really isn't much green in these bee journals that I was thinking, unless I bring in more plant life. These might be a little fun in the yellowy orange. Flowers, bees, sure. These are super thick. They're already really thick and not decorated. Oh, I like these. It's not a really bright yellow. And I have a couple of those, so let's throw some more in. I think those are from Jeannie. Okay. While I have these out, I'm going to pull out a couple of these really old yellowed, a couple more actually, notebook cards, big giant notebook cards. We could chop them into smaller sections. We could stamp on them, ink the edges. There's lots of things we could do that would make them tie in. Okay, I don't know that we used a ton of stuff out of here. How do we feel about gold? Oh, I think it's cream and gold. Let's use it. And then what about some of these? These are really neutral and cute. I don't really want white. Oh, this one with a little tiny bit of color might be fun. Okay, let's try all those. There, you get the idea. Very scientific. Now, my note originally said I needed stuff to put in the pockets. So let's back you up a little. This one is some 6x6 papers. Ooh, I like that, but I love it, but it's not really bee journal material, is it? Well, let's try it. Maybe we put a bee on the star side and you write on the other side. We'll see. I'm looking for sort of vintage neutral. I don't know where I was going with this. Glued something on it. Ooh, this is like handmade paper. That'd be great for these. The color's a little strange. Maybe not quite vintage for these, but it'll be good. No. Yeah, I don't know what that was. It seems like something I dyed. Oh, these would be good for these. All three of these. Maybe one of those. This is just a piece of paper. I don't know where that was going. We can't always know for sure, can we? These are all really busy, really patterned, and not a vintage look. Oh, I like her. She doesn't work here, though. Oh, that's from Nancy. Maybe one more of those. Okay, what are these? Oh, these are like those Tim Holtz pockety things. I have not used one of these. And they're super thick. Maybe we'll use them in here. I think I gave some away and kept a couple. That's what I did. There, it's thinner. What do you think? I don't know if we have any of these in here yet. Nope. These will be nice because they're very neutral. And the reason I'm throwing out 3 in lots of instances is because I have 3 journals here and I like variety. So I don't like to use a bunch of the same thing on every page. I really like to mix it up, which is really more work, but I like how it turns out. That one's neutral. It's more gray than the earth tones we're dealing with, but viable. Oh, look at these. Oops, as we throw things on the floor. I think some of these will work here. These make nice little tuck spots and stuff. I might use more than those. I'm gonna laugh if there's already a bunch in. When you start a project and then you don't come back for a really long time, it kind of gets away from you. At least I left myself notes that said I needed stuff in the pockets. Let's see what we have here. That might be kind of fun. And oh, the Rose Parade. Yeah, we should have those in there. And then maybe that one. Oh, we might use this because if nothing else, we can trim it and use it that way. It kind of fits the style we have going here. These things need to be resorted. Logic or color or something. But I think for now, we're good. Let's throw that in there too. Oh, we have a bit more of this. I think we got this down. Oh, these are cute. Let's pull out some of these yellow ones. I think we got it down to where we could consolidate a bit. Let's pull out all the yellowy. I don't do a lot of yellow. And that's kind of a barfy yellow, but it's kind of good with this. Barfy yellow. That is the technical term. Yes, look that up. This is why I was saying we could consolidate maybe, because I have this other rack too. Now these are very vintage, floral, minty, same paper collection, except for some tags that are in there. I don't see any of those working. This is all made with those same papers. Super fun, but just not the right color palette for what we're working on. I mean, absolutely gorgeous, but not quite right. This is all vintagey stuff. Let's throw that in the pile. Ooh, that one too. Now this one, again, another vintage collection, but I don't know if I made ephemera that was, oh, here's some, that was just neutral, or if I added like greens or navy to everything. Because if everything has a touch of green or navy, it's just not right for these. I thought maybe there was some wine color in these collections. Okay, not feeling it. Gorgeous stuff. I'm definitely excited to use it, but not in these projects. Ooh, I like that. We put that in there. This is very postage stampy. I don't see bees sending a lot of letters. Where do you stand on that? More of these similar items. Well, that one is very yellow. Let's pull those two out. I was trying to avoid the colors that I just didn't feel worked, but that's really yellow. I kind of like that one too. Yeah, let's take some of these. I probably forgot to look at these pads as we went through for the third journal, the one that has the kind of wine color, but this is much too red probably for that one. Okay, look, we did. In fact, let's consolidate these a bit while we're at it. I'm going to take these smaller items. I made counter space. That is precious, even for me, with my friend's hand-me-down kitchen. Okay, let's put these right here. And then we'll put these shorter ones in the front. I've mixed vintage and bright, but vintage and bright were already mixed, so it's nothing that exciting. Let's throw that in there. Okay, so we had 2 racks. Now we're down to 1. That helps with my spring cleaning. Let's put these in the pile. This, I need to fit into that other rack. The way I envisioned these storage racks in the beginning, when I started using them, was to use during my projects. Like, I would take all of this stuff and stand it up and go, okay, here's a bunch of 6x6 that I can make, that I can stuff pockets with. Here's some cute little things to make ephemera and layers with. And I would just have a rack full of my color palette or my butterflies or birds or whatever I was working on. That was a great idea. Then what happened was, as I put things away, I just went, okay, done with this, and stuffed it over there and then began adding to it more and more. So what I've done here is made myself a kit, and I have some other videos. I've done it for like Valentine's and different things. So now I have a kit where I would sit down and have fun working on 3 vintage journals. I don't know how much will work here. Oh, in fact, this one has stars. I can play up the stars. I love stars. But these 3, I think we can make some progress on. Maybe get them to almost done or leave very specific notes. I don't know how much stuff I needed to put in the pockets. So what I might want to do is grab some tea dye paper, maybe some craft cardstock even, and put it in my little kit here. Okay, so I've got a few pieces of tea-dyed paper in varying thicknesses, very different colors. Some have stencils pressed in between them, and I think that'll be perfect. That gets me all set up for a fun weekend. I'm excited to touch these again, which I hadn't been for a while. So what I'm going to do is, because I don't have a bunch of empty iris cases or kits right now, I'm going to take these and I'm going to pull out all these blue UFO journals, unfinished objects. Ooh, and I have another cute vintagey thing down here. And I'm going to put all of this in here and I'm going to say, okay, this is going to be a bin of vintage that I'm going to play with this weekend. In fact, tomorrow morning. And this will be waiting for me and it will be super inspirational. I could even put like, oh, here's a thing with a bunch of stars. We could put that. We could put ephemera or die cuts, all sorts of stuff. I think somewhere I have a box of bee stuff. Aha. Here's some bee, and here's my box of bees, And there we go. I probably have some stamps to go with it too. Let's check. I found these two, and if you've been watching me for a while, you're probably like, yeah, you have more. Okay, I don't doubt you. I just don't know where they are right now. But at least I found AB. All right, there we go. That is our kit for the journals. And these got started in Clear It Out, which is a series I'm working on this year to clear out some paper. But turns out it's a lot of work to get rid of 18 paper collections, and so I think I'm gonna move it into Smash Our Stash for Free Choice Month. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you're taking time for crafting and relaxing, and maybe this inspired you to make yourself a kit for the weekend. Bye-bye.